working on Heroes of the Storm, are there projects that you were just like, that was my baby? Like even if you just like touched on a small amount, like animation wise, like I was
Hello, my name is Lana Bachynski. I am a senior animator on the Heroes of the Storm development team. I got involved with Blizzard. I was an intern back in 2012. I was going to school, animating, and I applied online through the website. And I got my reel accepted into an interview. It got down to I was given a test for the StarCraft Heart of the Swarm team. I did this week-long test and sent it back, and they liked it. I had a quick interview, and they hired me. And I was an intern for 3 months, and then I left to finish my degree, and then they brought me back on as soon as I could. The first thing that I worked on when I came back was Raynor, when he's in the suits, dance. He did not have a dance animation yet, so people wanted him to dance seriously, which was challenging because dancing is intrinsically a fun, silly thing. And I was like, well, what's a serious dance? The Techno Viking's a serious dude, so it's coming at you. And then so I did him, and then I did Abathur's dance right away, Murky's Victory, and then I think I was moving right into some of my first hero animation on ETC. I feel like the very obvious answer is Orphea, so I'll get there.
Right.
But up to this point, my baby, they were back-to-back babies. One was Dahaka. I went to school to animate monsters. I love animating like nasty, sneaky dragon guy. I was so excited. Primal Zerg, oh, so exciting. And then Chromie was right after that. I finished Dahaka, and the next day started Chromie, like midweek, had to switch gears entirely. I'd never done cartoony animation before, and she is suddenly like this super bouncy, like lightweight little gnome who's running around the battlefield and doing crazy jumps, and that was a completely different type of thing I'd never animated before in that style. And so I think she came out really well. I was really excited. And then up to that point, every hero, there's like a piece of me that I try and put in, like Junkrat, his victory animation is Quacknix's victory jump from Mid-Season Brawl, or one of the clashes. I can't remember which event it was now, but it was such an epic moment when they won. I was so excited. I was such a Fnatic fan. So that was a big part of me. Yrel, the Bubble Hearth, I really love working on that and on all her abilities. But Orphea is like my heart and soul. 5 years of living in the Nexus and working on this game that I love so much, that Orphea is like a love letter to our players from us. I think Orphea is something we were super, super excited about. I know the ultimate identity of Heroes is bringing in these crazy characters from all over the other universes, and that is something that I know is a huge focus for us and is going to be a focus for us going forward. Orphea is so interesting to think about it like, oh, this is the first time we're seeing these things, because as much as she is entirely new, like brand new, so exciting, she is ultimately this return to our roots where we have like something I think people don't really think about as much anymore, like just sort of is a fact of the game, is our first 8 battlegrounds were original Nexus battlegrounds. So she is the first, but she ultimately is a callback. And so exploring this lore is something that we are super excited about, and really anything can happen in the Nexus. I think that's an awesome question that I usually am like, oh, it's this is what I want. For so long, I just wanted a Draenei in the game, and then I got to work on Yrel. And for a really long time, I wanted Junkrat in the game because he's so funny, and like animating sort of this buoyant comedic character was something I really wanted to do. And then we got Junkrat in the game, so there's always like, oh, what's next? But because for so long, I've wanted to work on something from the Nexus. I've wanted that. I love our battlegrounds. We've had these threads of lore sort of strewn throughout since forever, with Sky Temple, there's Ka, there's Nethys, the Spider Queen. Like, we've had these pieces, and I'm like, can we please do more with these pieces? And so that has been my answer for so long, and I've been thinking about Orphea for so long that that's just been what I wanted. And so I actually don't have an answer right now, but Orphea is what I wanted, and she's finally here. Probably the most exciting and also the most intimidating challenge about Orphea is we have this endless sandbox of we can do anything that we want to do, And then when you can do anything, it's sort of that choice paralysis. Like, well, what would be cool? We want to make what feels right. We want to do what feels the coolest. But what feels the coolest? And for a while, it was sort of nebulous in figuring out what that meant. And then it wasn't until we started finding building blocks for ourselves and being like, well, what is this monster? What is it though? It was started as sort of this monster in a closet vibe. We really loved this idea of beautiful contrast from, this youthful character who's so unassuming, the power that she has inside of her, and the contrast between sort of fearlessness and monster in the closetude, that she is controlling it, she's with it, and that discovery of, but what is it? Well, it's a part of her. It's an extension of her own power. It's sort of a subconscious manifestation of how she's truly feeling. And once we start understanding that, it's like, then it tosses to design. What's a fun kit? These are the objectives we want to do. This is how art can support. This is how the fantasy plays in. And it's this collaborative effort of finding these building blocks. Like, this is something we need. This is something we need. And this is something we need. We're putting them together and finding a foundation for what we want going forward. My ultimate motivation words would probably just be you can. And I know that seems like a cop-out, but when I first started animating, I was not animating full characters with crazy monsters and how they sync up with gameplay. I was drawing a ball on a piece of paper and seeing if I could flip it realistically to make it look like it was moving. Sitting down and taking smaller bites, you can do anything you want. You can do anything that's this big. It's like, that's only this big. And then once you do this many things that are that big, you've done something much larger.